What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to be kind of going over the last piece I put up here on the channel with Saraphernalia, and I kind of wanted to take you through my process as someone who I would say is more on the beginner side of things, as a DP, as a camera operator, as a videographer, as a filmmaker. All right, let's talk real quick. So I just want to say, first of all, that thank you for watching this video, and second of all, there's supposed to be a bunch of BTS, but someone, meaning me, accidentally deleted all of the BTS footage. So we're just going to see a bunch of pictures and footage from the actual film itself, and I'll try and sprinkle some BTS in there. But yeah, oh my god, this rig's so heavy. All right, bye. And take you through my process from pre-production to production to post-production, and kind of what was going through my head throughout that entire process. So to start, I kind of wanted to talk about the idea behind this video and kind of how the video came to be, in a sense. So going into 2025, I was kind of looking to make more portfolio work, more work that I'm proud of, more work for me. A big focus of mine has been to create more and stop creating for other people as much. I wanted to find something that was new to me, something I haven't really shot before. And it just kind of worked out with Sarah and Saraphernalia that they were a new business and they were looking for some content, and I just said, hey, I would love to film something for you, and hopefully it's mutually beneficial for us. I spent a lot of 2024 learning and kind of telling myself that I wasn't ready to make anything because I was new to the filmmaking world and I didn't know enough, so why should I be able to create? And this is kind of just not the right way to think. I think that if you're someone new, you should create more and fail more in order to kind of fail upwards, in a sense. So I feel like through 2024, although I feel pretty confident in my ability now, as someone who can hold the camera at the minimum, I kind of let a lot of insecurities and self-doubt and a lot of other mental things kind of get in the way of making things and getting better, and kind of showing not other people, but myself that, hey, like, you can maybe do this. So going into the new year, I told myself, hey, I want to be creating new pieces for my website, and not just because I want to have great pieces for my portfolio, but because I just want to make cool things. That's why I'm in the filmmaking world in the first place. So make more things for me and not more things for other people. So that kind of brought me to Saraphernalia and filming something for a friend that I thought would be really fun and interesting to make. So going into pre-production, funny enough, there really wasn't a lot of it. I mean, Sarah and I had jumped on a few calls to talk about the brand, talk about her vision, talk about the kind of vibe that she wants with her company. And I just kind of gave her my background, what I can do, some ideas on the filmmaking side of things, kind of what I thought the commercial should look like, what I wanted to create, what I think she could do with it, all that sort of thing that should go on, before a shoot. But with this shoot, I set a shoot date with Sarah, and in all honesty, the shoot date crept up on me for sure. Between being busy with other things, moving, everyday life, before I knew it, I was 2 days out from this shoot. And with not a lot of time to really make a shot list, I decided for some reason that I just wanted to go in there, have fun, and do my best to take the stress out of making things. I was putting way too much pressure on myself to make something that was beautiful. The most best looking thing ever was something that should win film festivals, whatever it may be. And I felt like maybe doing less pre-production would help with that. Maybe that's just an excuse to be lazy. I don't know. But I think just going into this shoot, telling myself, hey, I'm gonna have fun. There's no pressure. It's a very small crew. There's no client telling me, hey, we're spending money on this. Why isn't it going the way we want? Can you do this? Can we change this? I just wanted to focus on having fun and enjoying the creation of something, enjoying the art of filmmaking. So this brought us to our shoot day. And like I said, I didn't have a shot list, but I did have kind of an idea of what I wanted to do just from experiences in the past. So I decided to bring my entire lighting kit. Bringing the whole kit would allow me to not only get the lighting that I thought I was going to use in the first place, but also if I wanted to play around with maybe color, it allowed me to do that in specific situations. So after talking with Sarah and kind of just contemplating what kind of video I wanted this to be, what kind of story I wanted to tell, I decided that, for lack of a better term, I wanted this video to have a bad bitch kind of vibe. Jesus, I was saying that on the internet. Am I gonna say that? I wanted the character to be in a place where they're trying these clothes on to feel confident, to feel good about themselves, to be like, yeah, I'm her. And Sarah was on that vibe completely, and that made everything so much easier going forward as well. Surprisingly, but maybe unsurprisingly at the same time, the shoot went super smooth and super well. While we were shooting, although I didn't have a shot list, and I'm kind of just going shot by shot with ideas I have in my head, maybe things I've seen before with just some generic inspiration in mind, I was shooting for the edit, and I think that really paid off in the long run. Obviously, you should kind of figure out the edit in pre-production, and that makes for a smoother shoot, but since I was just having fun, I was just kind of like in my head like, oh, what if I move the camera like this? What if I make a transition here? And those things kind of helped add to the finished product. So lighting setup wise, I decided to go with a overhead lighting with the softbox, and on that I used the Amaran 60S. Now listen, I know this is not the safe or the right way to do it. I just did not have a boom arm. So yes, I used a C-stand arm to put it overhead. Dangerous? Yes. Would I do it again? If I had to. But don't do it. Then I kind of wanted to do a harsher edge light, so I used the Nanlite 500B with just the cone on it to kind of just rake across the back of her head and just illuminate the room a little more, and it would also kind of function as a practical in some of the shots you see in the video, which I kind of liked. I kind of liked the vibe of it looks like we're in a studio. You know, as the viewer, we're in a studio, but there's still story. Maybe the actor doesn't know it's a studio, whatever it may be. It was cool that you can kind of see the equipment in the shots in a sense. The space we were able to use for this shoot, which is actually Sarah's space, looks just like any sort of production studio. So you have all the white walls, the white floor, and I do have to say, Sarah, shout out to you for the set deck, because I really love the colors of the couch, the colors of the chairs, and the colors of the clothing themselves. I feel like it all just kind of matched and really fit the aesthetic we were going for. I wasn't sure if we had gotten enough. I knew we had enough to make a 30-second commercial, but I wasn't sure about the variety of shots I'd gotten. And even now, looking back, I probably would have gotten more of a variety. I felt like, although, you know, it was less stressful to like do a whole shot list, whatever it may be, and just kind of go and have fun, maybe this project could have been more with more plan. And I think going forward, that'll be the kind of path that I want to take. Now, I did say I'm fairly new in the space of filmmaking, and I am, but I think for me, one of my biggest pushes this year is going to be color grading. I feel like although I was able to do a lot with a camera in my hands in 2024, I want to do more post-production, mostly for myself, and not because I like editing, but because I think there's so much more for me to learn in post-production. So with this project, I kind of wasn't sure how I wanted the color to look. I mean, I wanted it to look good, obviously. Going into the editing room, and after I had a picture lock and I was happy with the general speed of the edit, I then jumped into coloring. Thinking about the vibe I wanted for the video, the vibe that Sarah liked, the overall feel of the video itself, I decided that maybe a filmic or vintagey look would be really nice for the video and kind of give that video the elevation it needed to maybe feel more compelling or more entertaining to the viewer. Lucky enough for me, Dehancer had actually reached out to me late in 2024 and asked me if I wanted to try out their product to give some feedback, and I decided that using Dehancer in this video might be a really great start. Now, I will say I'm not getting paid, and Dehancer didn't tell me I have to say anything specific about their product. I could say bad things if I want to, and maybe I will. But I will say that I was able to use Dehancer, the software, for free. So thank you, Dehancer, for letting me do that. So I actually ended up coloring this project two different ways. I colored the project myself with just what I use in Premiere, and I actually was pretty happy with what I had. Now, when I colored it for the first time, I wasn't necessarily going for a filmic look, but I was pretty happy with what I had at the time. Then, after watching it back a couple times, I realized it's missing something, and that's when I decided to go the route of the filmic look. So I then colored the whole project a second time using Dehancer, and I was actually pleasantly surprised that Dehancer was pretty intuitive. It was very easy to use, and I kind of just went off feel. I didn't really use anything as a source of inspiration frame-wise and color-wise. I kind of just played around with the settings, played around with what I would normally do in Premiere, and then kind of just tried to elevate it more and more towards a filmic look that wasn't too in your face, but still added a feel to the video that it didn't have when I previously colored it. So I can certainly say that after using Dehancer, I was very happy with it. All in all, I'm very happy with how it came out for what it is and for the amount of planning and pre-production that went into this. I think there are a million and one things that could be changed and improved on in this video, but I think for me as a new DP and someone who wants to kind of begin to elevate his work, going out and making something is the way to do that. So for any beginner looking to kind of take steps towards that next level, all I can say is go out and make stuff. I feel like for me, I was always wondering how DPs get these specific looks and why my stuff never really looked like theirs. And I feel like I'm just coming to understand that you need to make a lot of things, firstly, to even realize what you're missing. And two, with experience, that stuff will come. The lighting setup I used for this project is just a culmination of seeing how DPs lit things in other projects that I've been on, or knowing what a top-down light will do to the face and what I wanted from a hard edge light. And on top of that, it's working within what I have and knowing when to get creative and when it might be too much and when you should add color. And I'm not saying I still know the answer to all these things, but the more you experiment, the more you try new things, the more you make stuff, the more you learn what works and what doesn't. So I'm still in that process. I'm still learning what works and what doesn't. I'm still learning that, hey, I suck sometimes, and that's okay. That's how things go. But in order to hit the next level, in order to make that thing that you've been dying to make, to get hired by that company you've been dying to get hired by, you need to go out and make stuff. And that's pretty much my goal for 2025. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you were able to get something or relate to the process of learning and trying new things and putting yourself out there like this. And I guess I'm gonna do this for the first time, but like the video if you liked it, comment, subscribe, all that junk that social media requires to feel validation. I don't know, dude. But yeah, I'm hoping to share more of my work on YouTube and trying to upload weekly. Don't hold me to that because I probably won't do it. So who knows? Thanks for watching. Take care. Make stuff. Peace. Still trying to find. Damn it. Oh my God. I don't really. Some of the pitfalls. That's not it either. Damn.